just seeing people getting the aha moment or seeing how they change their life, that is an ongoing source of inspiration for me.
Welcome to The Right to Inspire. Journalist and host Sarah Strackhouse has worked at Fox News, the CW, CBS, NBC, and Time Warner cable stations across the country for more than 10 years, and is now focused on telling inspiring stories of those dedicated to making change. She's driving the message home that ultimately you have the right, the freedom, and the power to be the change you want to see in the world. You have the right to inspire.
Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We are so excited for today's guest, Marie Diamond, who is a global transformation leader and Feng Shui master. Marie, thank you so much for coming on.
I'm so excited to be here today.
It really is incredible that you're here. I mean, she has such an impressive background. I'm going to go ahead and read through that. She became widely known through the worldwide phenomenon, The Secret. And over the past 3 decades, she's helped more than 2 million students understand how the energy of their environment can influence everything from financial success to relationships and personal growth. Marie's journey is remarkable. After a near-death experience as a teenager, she dedicated her life to helping others and helping people unlock their potential and design their lives aligned with purpose and opportunity. She's helped CEOs across the world, mentored Fortune 500 companies, 30 countries, athletes, world leaders, and she was recently inducted into the Speaker Hall of Fame, which is extremely rare and exciting. And she's one of the voices that's actually featured in the GoBundance Women event this weekend, the Women's Wealth Symposium. So we're so excited to have you on, Marie. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Sarah, for having me.
Yes. So I want to talk a little bit about how you first got started, because I think that's such an interesting story. You know, you spent decades teaching energy and environment. So what first set you on this path?
Well, it really was after my near-death experience that I had was the fact that I was like, I need to change something.
Yeah.
Right? I was depressed. I was lonely. And like I didn't see a future for myself. And so I talked to a spiritual mentor that I had at that time. And I just asked him, what did I do wrong? What can I change? And he just said, oh, you need to change your environment. You need to perhaps move to another bedroom. And that's exactly what I did. And my life turned around. And suddenly the bullies, literally became friends.
Yeah.
From having a very bad experience with my father, that kind of found a peaceful experience. I was happy, I was joyful. I was like, wow, the only thing I really changed was my bedroom. And that's actually when I started understanding that there was something to the environment. And that's actually where it started for me.
Wow, that's incredible. And it sounds like such a small change, but I know it's bigger than that. And I know it's, there's so much intention behind what you do. And many people discovered your work through The Secret. How did that change the whole global conversation around Feng Shui?
Well, I think, first of all, The Secret changed the global conversation around consciousness and how we have ourselves really a huge impact that we can do in changing how we feel, how we think, the way we do things. So because it was really about the law of attraction and the way you are attracts, more of what you are,
Right.
and more of what you think, more of what you feel. So that changed at that level. And then it was the first time that the word, Feng Shui as a Feng Shui master, I was asked to speak about the energy of your space. And that kind of made it more mainstream because, Feng Shui is literally an energy system from the Asian culture where for thousands of years they were aware that, your environment has an impact on who you are and your reality. And it's only since the 70s that this energy and information starts coming to the Western world. And this was the first time that somebody talked about it in a movie, in a book, in such a huge, release.
Right.
I mean, more than 500 million people have seen the movie, read the movie, read the book, and so on. So the whole point was like a big shift that was happening. And from that moment on, I would say more and more people start being open. But I do feel that everyone literally is aware of the environment.
Right.
We all have places where we go in and we're like, oh, I love it here. You keep hanging out.
Your
It could
happy place.
a happy place. It could
Yes.
be your local coffee shop. It could be your bar. It could be your friend's home. It can be a space in your own home. Like you really love it. And then the other areas where you go and you're like, oh, I don't want to come back here. Even if the food is great, even if it looks amazingly, the interior design, there's just some vibe, right?
Yeah.
And I do feel women in particular, we
Yeah.
know that. And we like something like, oh, I need to redecorate. I need to, clean up. I need to declutter. Like these things that we have,
Yes.
right? This little sense that we have about the environment. Now, Feng Shui is really an energy system that has been around that uses certain principles to make sure that your home is not just where you have a good vibe,
Right.
but where you actually can attract and manifest more success, more abundance, better relationships, feeling better in yourself, increase your well-being.
Yeah.
So that is information that was, we kind of knew it, but now there's a system that we can follow up with.
Well, and it's such an important feeling because it is involved in your everyday life. Like you said, if that feeling's in your home, if it's a happy place in your home or an unhappy place in your home, with everything going on in the world right now, I think people are carrying a lot of stress. How can people stay grounded and focused amongst so much uncertainty?
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. Since COVID time, I feel like even Feng Shui has become more mainstream because people are really like taking more care of the place where they live.
Yes.
Right. And so even in times when it's uncertain, we always want to be at least in a place where we feel happy and calm and peaceful. And what can we do? Well, the first step I always say is, look at your space around you and kind of see, I always say your space is like a 3-dimensional vision board. Like everything around you is a reflection of who you are. And to ask yourself, whatever is around me, is this still a reflection of who I want to be, like in the future?
Yeah.
Let's say you're single and you have all images of single women and men.
Right.
Oh, is this still what you want to have in as a message? Like everything around you is like on your subconscious level a message. So perhaps you want to put out more images of friends and family.
Yeah.
Something like this. Or if you look around your house and it's all very like neutral, like the creams, the grays, the beiges, the browns, and like, life is about, especially when life is uncertain, bring some color in.
Pops of something.
Pop up something like the reds and the oranges, the yellows, the greens, the golds. Like pop up your life a little bit.
Yeah.
And that can be just literally with some pillows or some flowers or some candles.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to cost a lot.
Sure.
Yeah. Just to like, you come in, you're like, oh, I can relax here. I feel at home.
Yeah.
And a third point I would definitely look at is clutter.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we have all a lot of things,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And so to go through it and to say, is this something I want to use in the next years? Or is something that really is useful or, necessary in my life? So I do say when there's clutter in your home, then it literally creates, first of all, a cloud of mindset, problems with money,
Oh.
conflicts in your relationship, and you'll feel like more and more like you're staying at home, like you have like more that secluded energy,
That closed in
closed
feeling.
in, right? Because there's like you see all this, so your mindset also becomes more chaotic because of all this. So definitely start in your bedroom, start in the places where you live a lot. Where if you have a workspace at home, clean things up before you start working. Because when you create harmony and order, then your mindset opens up. You have more money opportunities coming to you. That's always welcome.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I won't turn that
right?
down. Yeah.
Better relationships, more harmony with your children, and just feeling more at home. And we all know that, but we do it like perhaps just with spring cleaning.
Right.
Like, and I would say keep doing that, keep bringing that on the whole year. And so you start feeling like, oh, I have more space around me, means you have more like bandwidth in yourself. And then you will feel less uncertain and less anxious.
Yeah, that's such good advice and stuff that people can do in the moment, right now they can go home and do that. I love that advice. You've worked with so many CEOs, athletes, Fortune 500 companies, so many successful people. What patterns do you see that really create that success?
Well, one of the things I see is people in power, people that are decision makers, they always sit in what I call a power position. So if you have your own business or you're a manager or whatever it is, and perhaps you work from home, the first thing is always make sure when you're working that you see the door of the room that you walk into.
Oh,
So you're like becoming like the CEO of your space.
okay.
Think about a president of the United States, for example. Every president sits in the Oval Room seeing the doors.
Oh,
Yeah, it never
interesting.
sit with their back to the door, right? So when you sit like against the wall or against a window, you don't see people coming in. You actually don't see the opportunities coming in.
Wow.
And even if you're working digital all the time, right? I'm working in my office. I'm, not seeing a lot in person people
Sure.
there, but I'm online all the time. Is that when you see the door, like you are right now in the best position
Oh, look at
of this,
that.
yeah, because you see the door. Like I'm a little
Okay.
bit turned away from it
Sure.
because
Okay.
I'm your guest, so you should be the
Sure.
queen of the
Okay.
right to
Of the room.
inspire, right?
Okay.
And so, but when you do that, something shifts in our mindset. So when we sit with our back to the room, to the door, we actually kind of close off our opportunities. And we feel like when somebody comes in, oh, we turn around, we feel uncomfortable. We actually create more anxiety, actually, and more uncertainty
Wow.
when we don't see, and we don't have control of the space we are in. So I would say in a living room, the sofa, make sure you see guests coming in your bedroom. When you wake up, you see your loved ones
door,
coming in, your children or your partner. In your workspace, see people coming in. But in every room that you're going into, even the restaurants, make sure you see people walking towards you.
I love that. It's a safety feeling too.
It is.
Yes.
It really is. I always say, like, it's part of our primitive brain.
Yeah.
Like, I would say the primitive human being would not sit with their back to the door, to the entrance of the cave, because if
There
a
could be a
tiger would
tiger
come
coming in.
right? So that would be like, oh, I
Right.
didn't see that.
Yeah.
Right. So it's also part of feeling more in control, being more confident about your life.
I love that. Wow, that's really, really good advice. You kind of already have given so much advice, but if you could tell our audience, what's one thing that they could do when they go home that can improve their space?
Well, I would start at the entrance, to be honest, because the entrance, a lot of people use the garage, for example, or the back door. I would say use your front door to come in and to go out as much as you can. It's not always practical. Like if you have a lot of errands,
Yes.
you want to
Or a
use
lot
the
of humans,
garage.
little
Yes.
humans with you, sure.
So, but still try to at least walk in and out as much as you can, because the front door is literally where your official entrance is. And when you walk in, make sure it's welcoming. So no shoes on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah? Put them in a box. Not too much coats on the coat hanger. Keep it clean. Don't have like delivery boxes at your front door for
Right.
days.
Right.
Right. And when you walk in, like put a beautiful, I would say, an orchid or fresh flowers or an image of the family saying, hey, this is the house of the family. No dried flowers because that's dead energy. So, and no mirror reflecting the front door because otherwise you're saying, get back out.
Oh, no.
So if you want money, if you want
I
good
have
luck,
a mirror.
when you
in,
walk
yeah.
in, you don't want to put the energy back. Yeah.
Interesting.
So put something when you feel like, oh, I feel at home.
I love that. Wow, that's great advice. And I need to make a mental note of that.
Okay.
So you're speaking this week at the Women's Wealth Symposium. It's a fantastic event. It's about wealth and success and trying to transform your life, essentially. Can you tell me a little bit about what you're so excited for when it comes to the community and this, the group of women?
Yeah, it's so powerful always to speak for women because women are so ready to, change their lives.
Right.
A lot of women are, more and more independent entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And they take their life into their own hands and, try to really build a career for themselves. And so being part of this organization and being part of speaking is just to inspire women. Of course, we're getting to, the women's Global Women's Day.
Yeah.
So having that opportunity to inspire them, even with small tips, but also to show my own life as coming from a small country in Belgium, right? And then being, really created an energy of influence where
Right.
millions of people study me online. We have so much, millions of people we see on socials.
Yeah.
The thing is, I know that I can show, yes, you can really do it. It is possible for a woman to have it all, I call it. I'm 36 years happily married. I
Wow.
have 3 children, a grandson. I have multiple businesses. I have friends all over the world. I inspire people every day. I do believe women have a voice. I do believe that our influence can reach millions of people. In today's world, it's easier than ever,
Yeah.
to be honest. But being part of a community
Yeah.
and being together as women to be inspiring each other, that is crucial in today's world.
Oh, that is fantastic. And I know that there are still tickets available, and we
Yes.
have the information in the caption. So, and the website, of course, you can always go online. There is going to be an opportunity to watch online and go in person if you're here in the Dallas Fort Worth area. But what are you really hoping that women take away from this event and from after hearing you speak?
Well, at least to take some practical steps to move forward, right? I try to always to be very practical in what I share, because there's one little tip, like even for you, changing the mirror.
Yes,
right?
that was like shocking to me.
Yeah,
It's
it
great.
is, right? Or to be inspired to follow me on socials, read one of my books. So I always like people to get away with something that they can do right away at their space. Or because we don't need to really change our whole mindset all the time. We just need to take some practical step, like one little shift that you're doing. And so I hope that I can inspire a lot of women. And I do believe everyone has the right to inspire.
Oh, I love that. Well, and you just talked about a little bit about your books. Can you quickly just kind of tell me a little bit about them, where people can get them?
Of course. So these are the 2 latest books, Your Home is a Vision Board and Feng Shui Your Life. And they're, of course, in good bookstores in Dallas and the whole United
All
States,
across the
all over the
country,
world.
yeah.
And of course, you can get them on Amazon, both in audiobooks, Kindle, ebook format, and soft cover. So, yeah, we have reached #1 global bestselling on Amazon with the books. They're already getting translated now. So,
Amazing.
yeah, it's really inspiring and it's very practical. And a lot of women buy it and buy one for their friends. And so they create like worldwide, there's like little clubs that have been created, and people are helping each other to support each other to really increase the good luck and the good energy in their home.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to take these principles. We're moving soon, so I'm taking these principles into our new home. So.
These are your books.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. I have one last question for you, and it's a little bit of a funky one, but I love ending my shows with this. If I knew you better, what would I ask you? Or what would you want me to ask you?
If you knew me better,
Yeah.
I think, how I, inspire myself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so tell us.
Yeah, because I think that's also important, especially if you're a source of inspiration. So for me, every morning it's really prayer, right? And meditation. And, when I got my near-death experience, I really was on the other side and I received this message that I was here to enlighten more than 500 million people.
Wow.
And so every morning I start my day with that. And I do this prayer to God, to the universe. And I said, look, I'm here to inspire more than 500 million people. Show me how. And that every day there's one person, like I was just telling a story about taxi driver here in Dallas. I was inspiring for a half hour. It could be somebody online. So every day my service is to inspire people. And then and for them also to be a source of inspiration, to really create this ripple effect, because I do believe we all have that possibility. So just seeing people getting the aha moment or seeing how they change their life, that is an ongoing source of inspiration for me.
I love that. Well, Marie, thank you so much. That You've already given our audience so much to take home, and of course, like she said, if you would like to get the books, they are on Amazon, and we of course have the link if you want to hear her speak in person or online in the captions.
Looking forward
Yes.
to see more people join us tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah, thank you so much, Marie.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you everyone so much for joining us. You have the right to inspire, and we'll see you on the next one.